Is the universe wearing sunglasses? The cosmic mystery.
Guess what? The universe has its very own sunglasses, but not the kind you're thinking of. Out in space, there's something called cosmic dust, and it's like shades for the stars. This isn't just ordinary dust that you find under the bed. Cosmic dust is made from tiny particles of carbon, ice, and other elements, and it floats around in space. It can block, change, or scatter light from stars and galaxies. When astronomers look through their telescopes, they sometimes find areas they can't see as clearly because this dust is dimming the light. It's as if the universe is saying, "You can't look at everything I've got." But here's the twist. Cosmic dust isn't just a cosmic pest. It actually plays a huge role in the universe. This stuff helps new stars and planets to form. It's like the seed that grows into something much bigger. So, while it might be annoying for space watchers, cosmic dust is a starry nursery in disguise. Who knew space had its own brand of cool shades that can make new worlds?
Why doesn't chocolate melt in your pocket anymore?
Ever found a chocolate bar in your pocket, totally not melted, and wondered, hey, shouldn't this be gooey? Well, there's a sweet secret behind it. Scientists have cooked up a new type of chocolate that resists melting, even in the hottest climates. It's called temperature-tolerant chocolate. But how is this possible, you ask? Traditional chocolate melts at body temperature, which is why it used to be a melty mess if you forgot it in your pocket. But food scientists have tweaked the recipe, so this new chocolate won't start melting until it hits a higher temperature, around 38 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. They've done this by changing how the sugar and fat inside chocolate behave, making them stick together more tightly. Now, soldiers, hikers, and anyone in a hot spot can carry chocolate without it turning into a chocolate sauce pocket disaster. Cool, right? So, next time you enjoy a non-melty treat in the heat, remember, it's not magic. It's science making your chocolate adventure a little less sticky.
Flying snakes, the slithering skydivers.
Okay, hold on to your hats, because you might not believe this at first. In certain parts of the world, snakes can fly. Well, not fly like birds with wings, but glide through the air. These are called flying snakes, and it's totally wild. They climb up trees, then they launch themselves into the air and swoosh, they're gliding. But how do they do it without wings? When they take a leap, they make a C shape with their body, flattening out to catch the air. Then, as they move from side to side, they literally sail through the sky. The craziest part is that these sneaky sky slitherers can glide better than some squirrels, which are known for their flying antics. Scientists study these snakes to understand more about their aerodynamics. It's a mix of biology and physics. If we learn from these reptilian acrobats, we could invent new kinds of flying machines. Imagine drones or robots that can move like a flying snake. That could change a lot about how things fly. Snakes on a plane? More like snakes are planes.
Why are penguins such wobbly walkers?
Picture a penguin. It's probably sliding on ice or waddling around with that funny, adorable walk, right? Now you might wonder, why do penguins waddle instead of walking like other birds? The secret is their shape and lifestyle. Penguins have evolved to become incredible swimmers, and with their short legs and stout bodies, they are shaped more like torpedoes than runners. This design is perfect for zooming through water, catching fish, and rocketing up to the ice from deep below. But on land, not quite as smooth. Those little legs and big bodies make them tip forward, and waddling is how they keep balance and avoid a penguin faceplant. It turns out their waddle is kind of like a human trot, helping them to save energy and move around on the rough, icy terrain they call home. Also, when it's super cold, walking like that helps them keep their feet warm. They take tiny steps and shift side to side, which looks like a dance to us. So they're not just being cute, they're actually brilliant at turning their swimming strengths into super waddling powers.
Fart-free furry jumpers. The gasless kangaroos.
Have you ever heard about kangaroos and their mysterious lack of toots? Sounds funny, right? But it's true. Kangaroos don't fart like we do. So what's the secret behind a kangaroo's non-gassy backside? It's all about their diet and the special bacteria in their stomachs. Kangaroos munch on plants all day, which normally would produce a lot of gas. but the bacteria inside their guts help them break down the plants without creating the usual stinky byproduct of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Instead, the bacteria convert it into a different byproduct that's not harmful to the atmosphere. Scientists think this is super cool because understanding these bacteria could help us cut down on farm animal toots, which are a big source of greenhouse gases. Imagine if our cows had kangaroo-like digestion. We could have fart-free farms that are way better for the planet. It's a hopping good thought, and it's all thanks to these bouncy Aussie animals who keep the air clean with every jump.
What happens to astronauts' laundry?
Do you ever wonder what astronauts do with their dirty clothes up in space? Interestingly, there's no laundry machine on the International Space Station, ISS, which means they cannot wash their clothes. So do they just wear smelly outfits all the time? Not exactly. Astronauts wear their clothes until they can't be used anymore. After that, they're thrown away like garbage, but not as you might imagine. They put the dirty clothes in an old cargo spacecraft, which is then undocked from the ISS and sent back towards Earth. Now here's the cool part. The spacecraft with the dirty laundry burns up in the Earth's atmosphere. This process looks like a shooting star from down below. Yes, that's right. When you wish upon a shooting star, you might just be wishing on a star made of astronaut socks and t-shirts. It's like a little fireworks show to say goodbye to their used outfits. This is one of space travel's quirky problems. They've turned into a slightly smelly spectacle.
Can you guess which language doesn't have yes or no?
Languages are unique, like fingerprints of human culture. But here's a fun fact that might surprise you. In some languages, there isn't a word for yes or no. Imagine chatting with your friends and not being able to say yes or no at all. That's what it's like to speak Irish. Instead of the words yes and no, the Irish respond to questions by repeating the verb of the question in either its positive or negative form. For example, if asked, "Are you coming?" an English speaker would say yes, but an Irish speaker would say "I am." And instead of saying no, they'd say "I am not." This way of answering questions is also found in other languages, such as Finnish and Welsh. It shows how different cultures have their own ways to communicate simple ideas. Isn't it fascinating how even a simple concept like agreement or disagreement can be expressed in such a diverse way across human languages? It just goes to show the amazing variety of ways we humans have developed to express ourselves.
Can you hear the sea in a shell?
Have you ever held a seashell to your ear and listened to the sound that seems like the ocean? Most people say it's the sound of the sea trapped inside, but actually that's a fun myth. What you're hearing isn't the ocean at all. The shape of the shell creates an echo chamber. When you lift it to your ear, the shell captures the surrounding noise. The noise bounces around inside, and by the time it reaches your ear, it sounds like ocean waves. In reality, you're hearing a mix of sounds from your environment and your own body. Yup, you can even hear the blood rushing through the blood vessels in your ear. Next time you pick up a shell, remember that it's not the sea you're hearing, but a miniature concert caused by the shell and your surroundings. So even though you're not actually hearing waves, isn't it fun to pretend you're listening to the ocean's secret whispers?
Can cows' rock climbing skills outshine your own?
Did you know that cows can climb up mountains almost as effectively as some expert hikers? It's not something you might expect from these hefty grass-munching creatures, but it's true. In the Swiss Alps, cows are often seen strolling along steep inclines to reach different grazing areas. Their hooves have a special design that provides traction, similar to the soles of hiking boots, which helps them stay stable on the rocky terrain. Plus, they have a strong sense of balance. Some young cows even enjoy jumping and running around on slopes. It's like their version of a playground. So the next time you're out hiking and you feel like a bit of a mountain goat, remember, there could be a cow out there who's just as skilled at climbing as you are, or maybe even better. This just goes to show that you can't judge a book by its cover, or should we say a cow by its pasture.
Can Earth run out of oxygen? You won't believe this!
Guess what? Even though plants on Earth produce oxygen, scientists say if we lost all the plants, the Earth's air would still have oxygen for us to breathe for thousands of years. It's because the air is a huge mix of gases and oxygen is a big part of it. But don't get too comfy. We really need those plants for clean air and to live healthy lives. Isn't that mind-blowing? Follow me for more fun facts.